Okay, it's recording now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Introduce yourself.
okay. My name is Vanessa. I live in London, and I just finished the baptism purification process with Freedom Melchizedek, and
Describe the process.
just trying to find words to describe such a profound experience that really unexpected, actually, because I've done so many things, and the process is amazing and very deep, profound, and nothing like what I've done before. It comes close to this. Like, I thought I was kind of quite a good level of happiness and peace and understanding of myself, but after this I feel like a new level. I'm like a new being, really, and witnessing the difference from observing my life and living my life from my heart, this deep heart that has awakened in me, this energy, and the way I was living before the process. That was there was an aspect of the heart opening, but there was a lot mind. There was a lot still my mind trying to create a lot of good sensations, good thoughts, good feelings, with a kind of visualizations and meditations and breathing techniques and this technique and that technique and that. This is actually, I had to forget all my techniques and surrender to this, and really day by day, session by session, baptism by baptism, things unfolding and feeling like what is real, that is, it was coming from a process that was happening inside me. It didn't come from anything outside.
Describe what that was like. Like the last baptism when you found the Sacred Heart. Describe that.
Yeah, well, in the beginning, I felt, I want to describe the beginning because I want to describe certain things. I felt at the beginning I started to feel a lot of shifts in my body, and that strong energy coming from within, and with your help I started to tap into something very new to me, and that was this work focused on the heart, on the Sacred Heart, and which is not an emotional release or not a mental process of getting myself into a good mood or visualizing light coming or whatever. It was a purification, something coming out of inside me, coming out of me, and something growing from that, making space for that expression. And day by day, purification after purification, I had, like, in the middle of the process, I had this amazing experience where my chest expanded and I could feel like this force awakening. It was almost like a geometrical form spinning inside me, and just had this a very profound enlightening and also a physical feeling of love, of very deep love, and that wasn't creating by I say loving things to myself, or I do meditations, or that was coming from a release or something I had inside me that once that was out, that fountain of love could actually started to flow from within me. And I was no words, you know. At the end, I mean, all the sessions are very different, and you have to face yourself, you know, during that, and you have to trust the process. And at the end, it was just, you know, some sessions were more challenging than others. I could feel the releases of energy were stronger, and some little resistances that I thought I didn't had, because I've done so much, you know. I've done years of working with plant medicine, with ayahuasca. I had amazing experience of being connected with God and not feeling any desire even for physical food. I started to search what was that, and I found like there was people like talking about this breatharian thing and the pranic living lifestyle, and like I found people like kind of having a similar experience, and I went to explore that. And I've done a pranic retreat, like a lot of fasting with energetic fasting, where you gather energy from the breath. And I thought like that was it, you know. And but after that process, there was something that's still in my life, that I still attracted the same challenges. Like I still like struggling with the same things. They will come in a different form, and it was almost like it was never a complete cycle. And you have a lot of techniques in these retreats, like there's like visualizations with your higher self, and breathing, and there's a lot of emotional release. There's a mental clarity that you have, because obviously you're fasting and you're breathing, so there's a deep purification. But when I came back to my life, I had exactly the same challenges, you know, and it's almost like I had to keep up. Like I was so open, and I had no idea why I still, after such deep purification processes, like I was still like dwelling in the same things, and until I just kind of went into a spiritual crisis, and I had enough, and I knew there was something else much more profound and simple, and not in the mind, not in the level of the mind, because I can feel and I could see in myself, like, and in all these like spiritual, you know, spiritual endeavors and activities and spiritual philosophies, and there's so much going on, but there is still like the ego really takes over, you know, and I got really like imbalanced also in my pranic lifestyle, and I searched for the answers from people that kind of are teaching these processes, but they, you know, they didn't give me the answer. So I had to dig for myself, and I went into kind of a spiritual crisis, and I had to stop a lot of things in my life and really dig deeper, and I found Christopher's book. Like I went to really simple. I just did like I prayed. I stopped doing like these endless breathing techniques, or just trying to create these things with my mind, and I found Christopher's book, and like when I started to read the book, like it was like the bells started to ring, you know, this lower self, you know, that you can't make your way up through external things, and you think you can buy them or you can get them outside or can receive them from someone, or someone can teach you. They went through, but if they don't teach you to go through your own inner journey, through your own inner process, they're actually taking something from you. They are kind of using, like, they are in their own inner journey, they're not complete. That's why they don't know how to take people to their inner journey. And I felt like a lot of times I was, instead, something was given to me, but it wasn't complete, and after it will go. So it wasn't like rooted, and I couldn't like root my light until I had to, I went through, I don't know, this kind of like dark night of the soul, when you have to face a lot of shadow and a lot of what is you're trying to hide. And that's when I found your book, and everything really made sense, and I just started to focus on the teachings of the Christ, and remember like really praying, and luckily you came to the UK, and I went through this process, and it was the most profound thing. At the end I could feel like, and the Sacred Heart was completely purified. Is purified from things that you don't even know that you have, because it's so hidden and so deep. It's like you can go into the spiritual marketplace and you can actually heal your emotions, you can heal your mind, you can heal your body, but your soul, it's not the way, it's not out there the answer to healing the brokenness of the soul. And that's what this showed me, that the soul is connected with this deep heart, this core heart, the sacred heart. And by working with the angels of the earth and the Holy Spirit, and when everything is cleared and your heart, something deep within you, starts to pour this light out of you, and you feel so good. You feel this peace. I never felt like such peace. Anything I've done, and I've done a lot of things, I never found that. I never found this level of peace, of understanding, of actually not needing anything, and operating and perceiving my life from the purity of this. It's like when I came back from the retreat and the process, I was like a different person, perceiving my life, my interactions with people. Like there wasn't like hooks. Everything is like, you just see the purity, and you see your own purity, and you don't really like get hooked onto the distortions, because your heart is kind of pure, and you're not gonna like pull back at you like the distortions there is in other people, because that's not in you anymore. So you connect with a different level. So I'm very grateful for that. That is just, I feel so blessed. I just don't have words to describe how beautiful is this. And I just, I had moments, so many moments during this, that I just wish that everyone could experience this, because I really do believe that's what everyone is searching for. Is they to really heal their soul, you know, and if there was someone that really knew how to do this, it was Jesus. He knew. That's why he came here for. And yeah, not the Jesus of the religion, of the church, but the Jesus that really was a master, a teacher, and he wanted to teach us how to overcome, how to clear like the distortion in our lower self, and to come into this place, and from this place everything will be added to us, because we can actually see what we have, and we can actually don't have like these endless cycles of like going up and down, and you know, you heal one thing and suddenly you manifest another thing, because yeah, it's your soul, you know, it's yeah, it doesn't matter what you do, you have to go into your sacred heart, you have to go into your soul and see what's in there. Yeah, that's not an easy journey, you know, but it's so worth it. And I think here you're in very good hands. Yeah.
I just go, I found my sacred heart.
Yeah.
Say, I found my sacred heart.
Okay. I found my sacred heart. Yeah.